Well, good evening, everyone. Michael Soothing here. I have some papers, kind of local papers from Lincoln City, the town we were just visiting for the last few days, because I went up to the Chinook Winds Casino Resort, run by I think it's the Siletz Indian tribe, and I was there to play in the Fall Classic Poker Tournament. So my results were quite good. I'm quite pleased. Though I didn't win first place in a tournament like in February, I did come in 14th in the senior 50 plus category event, no limit hold'em. There was a field of 346 or something. I got 14th for prize money of $450 something. And then I played in a no limit cash game and made $520 profit in that game. And then I played in one other tournament that was the Omaha, but did not cash. That was a $120 buy-in. So overall there was a profit of approximately $800 and something. I'm happy to say, of course, we had to spend a bit for our hotel room and meals, but we got a free vacation out of it, and I enjoyed some good poker. In my next video, I'm gonna sample some of these Oreo cookies, at least a little bit. I can only have a little bit, because I'm trying to lose weight, not gain. I no longer have to worry, however. These are gonna be Halloween Oreos, see? It's gonna have 5 spooky Halloween designs. I will show you all 5 when I make the next video. Meanwhile, where was I? Oh, I don't have to worry about blood sugar anymore because I just had an A1C test and I'm way in normal range now. One of the few benefits of the other health issues I'm having seems to be that diabetes disappeared. Poof. Of course, I'm also eating healthy overall and getting lots of exercise, and so that helps. Anyway, today I'm going to go through these papers and see if there's anything interesting for us to chat about. And if not, I'll just bore you by reading, and you can relax to that. I've gotten everyone's requests for future videos. I will try to get to some of them over the next few months as winter comes closer. I've had Pokemon requested, gum chewing requested, page turning requested, fishing, all kinds of different things. Of course, poker. Maybe I'll talk about, the Omaha I played. I gotta tell you, this was a whole new experience, this tournament. It's called Big O Omaha. Big O. Okay? So just the name alone drew me to it, but it was totally different. When I sat down to play it, I thought I was going to be playing pot limit Omaha, high-low split, 8 or better, which some of you know what that is if you've watched it on TV or even played it. I had not played pot limit before with Omaha, so I studied up on the game in advance and learned some strategic concepts because I'm well familiar with limit high-low split Omaha 8 but not pot limit. I wanted to see what to do differently with my betting and strategy. It's a completely different game, but when I sat down to play, that was a really different game, because it was big O, high-low split, pot limit Omaha, which means you get 5 cards in your hand, not 4. And the win combinations and things are the same as far as analyzing the board and your hand, and you still have to use 3 from your hand, and I'm sorry, well, yeah, 2 from your hand and 3 from the board, the 5-card up board. I'm gonna just have to demonstrate it for you in another video. The bottom line is, you gotta have a really good hand in this game, so if you don't have the best possible hand out there, you're in danger. That's what it is. But it's also a game that involves far more bluffing than limit Omaha, which means you've got to read your opponent better, and you can't get muscled by large bets. You've got to sometimes bet back with a raise and not let people walk over you. I really enjoyed that tournament. I came that far from the money. I had a monster hand that was great. Starting hand happened to be ace, ace, king, deuce, 10, double suited. Monster hand for that game. And someone with a somewhat crappy hand, well, he had ace, deuce, and then some other junk. He had another low card to go with his hand. He was chasing low, as I suspected. Low didn't come. I pushed all my chips in on this hand, and he called with nothing, basically, hoping to make his low. His low didn't come, but nothing hit my hand. I still had pocket aces, but he made a crappy jack, deuce, 2 pair, and took the whole pot. It was a horrific bad beat. I owned about 94% of that deck, but he hit his 6%er. So what can I say? Look, blueberry. I'm trying to get that to improve my health. Been feeling pretty good. Thank you, all of you who ask. Everything's going great at the moment. Let's start looking at our newspaper. Change the angle of the camera and do a bit of crinkling in the process. All right, hold on. So let's see what's in the paper. I haven't read any of this yet. What's in the paper from the town we were visiting up the coast at the poker tournament? We have the hike of the month. See there? Hike of the month. The Yakina Head Lighthouse. I must note this photographer doesn't understand photography. Though they're given an attribution here, you're supposed to offset your primary subject to the right or left, and they didn't do that. You don't have it right in the center. Otherwise it could look phallic or something, right? Anyway, it says here, for jaw-dropping vistas and ease of access, there may be no better hike anywhere in Newport than Salal Hill Trail. The location is the Yakina Head Outstanding Natural Area. I'll tell you a little bit about this area. They do have beautiful trails. And there's this doesn't really do it justice, because off to the left of this is a big long staircase going down to the ocean. And down there is a very rocky beach with an inlet cove that has tide pools that you can go look at all the sea critters in the tide pools. And we've seen many sea otters there when the tide is in and things like that. So let's see what else they say here. The sign details the citizen fight to preserve the land sprawled before you. This gem was eventually protected by Federal Bureau of Land Management. It's actually a federal park rather than a state park. What else do we have on the front page? We have Ripley's Bigfoot, believe it or not. You're going to find a lot of Bigfoot stuff in this area because people believe in Bigfoot apparently. Given all the cell phone cameras, GPS tracking technology, and billions of people running around everywhere in the forest, you would think there would be an actual sighting if there was such a thing as Bigfoot. Also, how does Bigfoot procreate and make Bigfoot babies, you know? If there's only a couple of them out there, how do they maintain a viable population? That's what I want to know. How come they never come anywhere close to town to find food or anything like that? Not that I blame them from staying away from town. If I was a Bigfoot, maybe I would stay away from towns myself. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the Newport Cafe. Why do they show superheroes for that? I'm trying to understand. See the superheroes. And then we have gifts for the cook. Good for one free game at Muggly's Bowling Alley. Shoe rental not included. You know, bowling's big here on the coast. I haven't been yet ever since I was in a bowling league back at my old job long ago. But I don't know if I would trust rental shoes. When you think about what's been in those shoes, I think I would have to buy my own bowling shoes before going bowling. But that's just me. And I guarantee you that Joanne, OCD as she is, about cleanliness, bacteria, and germs, will never go bowling unless she has her own bowling shoe. Alright, what else do we have here? We have coastal events. Look, Friday the 13th. I played poker yesterday on Friday the 13th, and I made $520 in a no-limit Hold'em, no-limit game. So for me, it was not an unlucky day. That was after playing in the 2 tournaments at the big event, the Fall Classic Tournament at the big casino, the Chinook Winds Casino in Oregon. I wonder if they say anything about it. They should have. They have the disc golf tournament over here. Let's see if they say anything about the big tournament. Oh, they should have had it. Weird Science 80s Dance Party, it says. We missed that. Karaoke. I think I would go insane if I had to listen to karaoke on a regular basis. I can't even watch American Idol, you know. But they have 3 different ones. Karaoke at Moby Dick's. I think I'll move on down. Bay City Cruisers. You know, we had a local car show in town, not far away. Today, Saturday the 14th. I'll probably be uploading this on Sunday the 15th. Let's see what it's got there. Yachats Farmers Market. It's Yachats. Some guy named Chats, but it's pronounced Yachats. Can you see the name? Yeah. Okay, what's today? Maybe I missed something. Nope, I don't think so. Alright. These are kind of far up the coast for me, so somebody's anchor missed. Look there. The anchor missed its intended location and ended up in this, was there an ocean liner in the sky? Or is this intentional? Newport Brewing Company opens in late August. Well, here's what I have to tell you. I like a really good craft brew, but I'm not allowed to drink anymore because it's a blood thinner, and the medicine I take is a blood thinner, so I don't drink anything. But that's not so bad. Maybe when my blood thickens up some, I'll be able to have an occasional glass of vino like I used to. News Times. This is not my regular paper. 8 pound. Tell me that they don't have a burger that's 8 pounds. The Newport Cafe. Does that say 8 pounds? That's what it looks like. And if you were to eat one of those, you would gain 20 pounds. Because in violation of the laws of physics, you can eat a piece of chocolate that weighs 6 ounces and you can gain 2 pounds from it. Okay? That's just my personal experience. So, talking. Newport budget woes continue. Uh-oh. Newport, one of our coastal cities in central Oregon, will be broke if current spending continues. Well, isn't that pretty much true for all of us? Because my personal budget will be broke if current spending continues. I'm going to have to rein it in just a little bit. I'm thankful that I made good money up at the poker tournament, so I didn't bust the budget with that trip. Judge and district attorney slots open in county. Cruising through school. I hope you can't hear my stomach growling. Lincoln City Gathering remembers 9/11. Wasn't it great when we all pulled together as a country back then, instead of everybody being angry at each other all the time? That was a good time in our country's history. I still want to know what this means, though. 8 pound burger. I can't get that out of my head. Like, is that for real? Is that one of those deals where if you eat the whole burger, it's free at one sitting, you know? What else do we have here? Residents asked to conserve water. What? How can that be? We have more water on the Oregon coast than anywhere on Earth. Silet's River flows continue to run low. Low stream flow forecasted to continue for the Siletz River, a water source relied upon by the communities of Newport, Toledo, Siletz, and Seal Rock. I've seen that river, and it's green water, so I'm not sure I'd want to drink it so much. Anyway, Newport reservoirs have reached a critical stage. I thought we had a lot of rain this last year. It sure seemed like it. It was a cold and rainy winter, and it's been a very mild and cool summer. Not a single heat wave out here, although they've had some inland. Oh, here we go. Advisory issued for 4 Lincoln County beaches. All right, those of you who live in New York, don't go to the Lincoln County beaches here on the Oregon coast, because there's a public health advisory, higher than normal levels of bacteria. Ew. In ocean waters at Agate Beach, Beverly Beach, and Seal Rock. Let's see. Avoid direct contact. Higher than normal levels of fecal bacteria. Gross. Guys, this is gross. By the way, do you know that in Southern California, this has become a huge public health issue because of the giant homeless population that are, how can I put this delicately, doing their business right on the street in the alleyways, and all of it's washing down the drainage system and right out into the Southern California oceans and beaches. Not so great. We worry about a plastic straw, but we pay no attention to this giant environmental and health hazard crisis, which seems very odd to me. By the way, we have a problem on the Oregon coast a little bit with this too, in several towns, and this could be part of the problem. Although it's nothing like the big cities. Now let's see what the Newport police arrest log looks like. Aaron, oh, they give names here. This guy's name is Aaron Tuff. I think he probably had to endure a lot of jokes as a child, which is why he got into trouble. He is from Newport. He was arrested after an indictment warrant was issued. Doesn't say what for. This guy, Cody something, arrested on charges of sex abuse. He is now lodged, interesting word, not incarcerated, but lodged, in the Lincoln County Jail on a $15,000 bond. Thomas something or other, 27, from Deadwood, South Dakota, very famous mining town, arrested on charges of theft in the 3rd degree. Do you ever wonder what the difference is between 2nd degree theft and 3rd degree theft? Now I have to look that up because I don't know either. John Thomas something, arrested for disorderly conduct, 2nd degree interference with a police officer, aggravated harassment, and violating parole. I think he might have just a tiny bit of an attitude problem. September 1st, Ashley Marie something, arrested after an indictment warrant issued. Was she a bad girl? Apparently so. Cesar Arias, Is that any relation to Jody Arias, 27 Newport, arrested after a warrant was issued for his arrest on charges of escape in the third degree, interference with a peace officer, 2 counts of violating probation, and 2 drug-related charges, which can't, by the way, be for marijuana dope, because that's perfectly legal, so it must be worse drugs. There's a meth problem in Oregon, by the way. Not that there isn't in other places. Javier Martinez arrested for disorderly conduct, drug charges. It's always drug charges and disorderly. Because when you do the meth, then you get very disorderly. Alright. Mark Lee Vipperman, arrested for failing to appear. Okay, what else do we have? Some dude from Santa Clarita, California. I used to go to work there. One of our suppliers was there, and I used to enjoy visiting that town. It's in Southern California, but not the bad part of LA. It's about 50 miles north of there, in a nicer part of the state. Somebody was arrested for criminal trespass in the 2nd degree. Alright. Is there a 4th degree trespass? I don't know. Lotto numbers. Here's what I can tell you they are. Not mine, okay? That's all you need to know. What else is happening up the coast in areas that I don't normally hang out? Time for a local climate action plan. I'm going to skip commentary on that because the Oregon coast will never be able to have any effect on climate either locally or globally. Not even 1/1,000,000th of 1 degree or 1/1,000,000th of 1 centimeter of sea level. We don't have enough population. Why is there another arrest log with a whole different date range? This time I'm just going to skim it and tell you if there's anything interesting. Reckless driving, Michael John Craycraft. That's not my last name, so I don't have to worry. He is lodged, he hit someone, manslaughter, $280,000 bail. Wow. Okay, that's bad. Sean Lee Schmuck. You think I made that up? You can see it right here, if you have good eyes. Well, this is strange. He was arrested on charges of sodomy in the 1st degree. Would that be involuntary, I assume? That must be what that means. But I won't go any further with my speculation, lest I get myself into trouble with my speech, or speculate incorrectly. Okay. Renee Lee Davis. Criminal trespass in the 1st degree. See, before the other ones were in the 2nd and 3rd degree. So she has a $15,000 bail. Where do you think she trespassed? An ex-boyfriend's home, I'll bet. Okay, some other guy was selling firearms and possession of prohibited. This person was criminal mischief. It was very mischievous criminal activity. Here we had another criminal trespass, but in the 2nd degree. Here we had theft in the 1st degree. held with no bail. Okay. I guess that was a pretty serious theft. Contempt of court. This guy, Marcus Halling II, 43, violating a no contact order. That would be with an X, no doubt. And contempt of court after reports of fighting with a woman near the Chinook Winds Casino and Resort. Oh, I didn't see this, but that's where I just played the poker tournament. Let's see, here's somebody who was resisting arrest. This person was trespass. Here's a menacing and harassment and assault in the 4th degree. Oh, there is a 4th degree assault. What would that be? Just a light hit? A whack upside the head? I don't know. Once again, I can only speculate, but I should keep my speculations totally to myself, right? Angela Marie Lawson. Bad girls, bad. 6 counts of reckless endangering. Criminal mischief in the 2nd degree. 2 counts of reckless driving. Attempting to elude a police officer and committing a hit and run. A typical Oregon driver. You know what I mean? Luckily she's locked up for a little while. So I think I saw her on the highway. Leanne Marie Wages. Charges of theft in the 2nd degree. I'm always curious. What is it they were stealing that was so important to them? I don't know. Did you just hear the quails outside? We have some quail in the backyard. So we have a creek back there. Let's see, restraining order or something. Criminal driving with a suspended. 6 counts of contempt of court. 6 counts. How do you get the court to contempt you 6 times in a row? Wow. Maybe he was yelling at the judge and wouldn't stop. Okay. Something about research, democratic debates. Let's see what's next. Sports and recreation. Waldport Moose Lodge. Chubb and Dale's Ladies' Night. Chubbendales instead of Chippendales. I get it. It took me a minute. So I guess chubby guys get up and dance for the older women there. That's the implication anyway. Why do I have in the same paper coastal events twice also? Alright. I don't know. Recreation report. Fall Chinook fishing has started to pick up on the Salmon River. The Yaquina River. Fall Chinook starting to pick up. Yachats River. Fall Chinook has opened. Silence River slow, but fish are being caught every day. Do you hear that, blue jay? It's in great danger from my pellet gun for interrupting our nice, quiet ASMR video. However, Joanne will not allow me to shoot pellets at the local crows and blue jays. I didn't hurt it or anything, you know, just kind of irritated a little bit with a single pump of air. What do we have here? Art and entertainment. Art paired with alcohol. Okay, you can pair, you know, I understand why they're pairing the art and the alcohol. Because this art could only be appreciated if you had consumed a very large amount of alcohol first, and especially this art down here. Okay? So I understand why they're doing art paired with alcohol. Meet the surprise artist behind Beer One's latest art show. September 14th, that's today. High Times kicks off Celtic series. I guess that's some Celtic music there. I like some of it, but not all of it. What can I say? I like a lot of types of art, though. Or music, I should say. Spotlight on 2 artists. Photography by somebody or other. That's that black and white petals with dewdrops on it. You know, but that's so passé because everybody does that kind of thing. Who's an aspiring art photographer trying to do artistic photography. 2 fawns out for a leisurely stroll. They better be careful because it's almost hunting season. Of course, you can't shoot at fawns, and I'm not really inclined to shoot at larger deer because of Bambi and all, you know. But I'm just saying. It says here, 2 fawns take a casual stroll across a city street in the Roads End area of Lincoln City on Saturday morning. Although the young deer didn't seem to pay much attention to bystanders observing them, Mom was standing close by, keeping a watchful eye. And Mom would come over and give you a serious headbutt if you were monkeying with her fawns. Alright? And deer, believe it or not, deer can be deadly. They might come after you and kick you, sort of like kangaroos do, right? I don't want the paper to be too noisy. Rods and Roadies returns. That was today. Hot Rod in a town closer to where I live. Florence revving up the 12th annual Rods and Roadies. We saw some driving around. Some very cool old hot rods. Old Ford cherried out pickups and things like that. Yeah, it's great. Drumming for peace. You know, I'm pretty sure that will bring about peace in the Middle East. If you go down to Newport and bang on some drums, I think all the violence in the Middle East could very well end immediately. So I hope they're successful with this. Alright. Let's see. Survey on climate change. They sent out a survey. I saw it. It came in my mail. I'll address this in a future video as a follow-up to one I did before. Of course, I believe climate change is occurring. So don't write me and email me nasty notes. The question is, how severe is it? Is man completely responsible for it? And should we spend trillions of dollars and send ourselves back to the Stone Age to stop it? And if so, would we accomplish our goal in doing so? Those are perhaps more important questions than does the climate change over time, because we all know that it does. Well, here's the Rods and Roadies, because now we're on a different paper This shows one of the classic cars in the front from the previous year. Oh, here's a whole special section about it. Rods and Roadies. Florence's 12th annual car show. Yeah, we saw some really cool wheels traveling around town, including a 65 Chevelle Super Sport and a bunch of others that are some of my favorites, but they have some older ones. I was going to hold this up to you the wrong way because this is turning everything upside down. That's what my video cam does sometimes. So, what else is in here? The event showcases 100 of the best high-end hot rods and custom cruisers from the West Coast, as well as custom rat rods, etc., etc. Many people come from all over to come to this. We also have a big garage sale going on in that town. Rolls down a new road. Oh, People's Choice Award went to Craig Spot's orange 37 Ford two-door with matching trailer. And they didn't show a color photo of it. That's too bad. Would have been nice to have a color photo. Joanne is interested in those custom van life vans that get modified so that you can travel around sleeping in them with cool wood cabinets and interesting features, sleeping quarters, and things like that. End of life, the nuts and bolts. I'd rather not read about that, thank you. Centennial celebration at the library. I don't know about you, but most of us can't go to the local libraries anymore, and sometime I'll explain why. Author to speak at Maritime Museum. Maritime means related to the ocean. Oh, we just saw this field at the Chinook Winds Casino Resort. We just ate dinner last night overlooking this field. Those are flags commemorating all the fallen. The Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians spearheaded the annual celebration of honor. It honors active duty personnel, military vets, and their families. And there's a big memorial there. We just saw this yesterday. It's just showing a small part of it. It's a great big marble wall with the names of those who served and are fallen in previous foreign wars. Let's see here, what's going on? If there's anything else, here's a article on CBD, the CBD craze. The thing I find most difficult about CBD is pronouncing it, the long version. Let's see if they have it here, and I'll try to pronounce it. CBD is derived from hemp and cannabis. Oh, cannabidiol. Why do I have trouble? Why is that a stump word for me? Cannabidiol. There are several types of cannabidiols, which is a substance in hemp, but also in marijuana. And they're two different strains of the same plant. One has THC that gets you high. That's tetrahydrocannabidiol. tetrahydrocannabinol. I pronounced that one wrong, see? It's tetrahydrocannabinol. That's the active component in medical marijuana and creates a high for those pretending to do medical marijuana. Anyway, this article says that CBD doesn't get you high. It's the other stuff that they're putting in everything now, even in human food and pet food. It's supposed to help with pain, anxiety, depression, and other things. I haven't tried it for pain, at least not yet, but someday I might have to if the pain gets too severe. However, I've looked up the current research, and it's not very complimentary. It basically says this stuff doesn't really work. You know, but it may work as an anti-inflammatory. It has some good research about being a good medication for anxiety and possibly depression. All right, so we'll go more into that in some other video. Cannabidiol. Eventually I'll learn how to pronounce it. But don't ask me to say it 3 times fast. Look, a stone shelter at Cape Perpetua. That's a beautiful spot. I'm gonna make a video for you showing the waves and the wave action there with a whisper voiceover this winter sometime when the waves and the storms are big. That makes for a relaxing video, doesn't it? But right now, since we've been talking a long time, I'm gonna end this video and say instead that I hope you are relaxed and enjoying it. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe by clicking on the bell to be notified for future videos. Other than that, please don't ASMR and drive. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.